Hey, this is Soldier Knows Best here, and you see I have the two MacBook Pros here, and I'm doing a side-by-side comparison and just going over some of the physical differences that you'll find in the brand new MacBook Pro that Apple just released. So as you can see here, they do look different. As you can definitely tell, notice by the first thing is about the screen. Now, the MacBook Pro here, the previous generation, it has a matte screen, which means that, let me zoom in here for you. This is a matte screen, which pretty much means that it has an anti-glare coating on there. And what that does prevents any, if you're in a bright environment or you're going to be working outside, prevents the sun from, just making your life miserable, if that is the case in your case. But anyway, it's supposed to, just deflect the sunlight and the glare off of your computer screen. But as you can see here with the matte, there are some drawbacks. Now, it does do a good job at blocking the sunlight, but it also kind of dulls the colors on the screen. The blacks are not that deep and rich, and the colors are just not bright and pop out. Now, they still look good. Now, the screen still looks good, and it's still a backlit LCD. The screen is still bright and looks good. But it doesn't look as good as the glossy screen. Now again, the new MacBook Pros, they don't come with a matte option, so you can only get this screen with it. You can only get the glossy screen. And as you can see here, you can see the difference that it is brighter. The blacks are much blacker and deeper. The whites are whiter. And all the other different colors are more vibrant and just really pop out. So when I first bought my MacBook Pro, I got that matte version, and I thought it was pretty good until I saw a glossy version. Like one of my friends had a glossy version, and I was like, damn. So I told myself my next computer would be glossy no matter what. So here it is. You can see the difference by the screens. So it is a difference. So take that into consideration. All right. And overall, you can see the keyboards. Now the new MacBook Pro features a kind of the MacBook Air keyboards as far as the keys being black and being spaced apart. And let me get in a closer look for you here. Go mobile. Okay, as you can see here, the keys are black. They are spaced out. They are more comfortable. After using it briefly here, I have found it to be more comfortable and more, you don't accidentally hit keys as much as you would with the old style. But they still look good. They still are backlit too. Let me see if I can show you. Keys still are backlit, so you can work in the dark and still see what you're typing. Now we go over to the previous generation of the MacBook Pro. You can see the keys are touching. The keyboard was comfortable, still is comfortable. It's just not as comfortable as the new MacBook Pro's keyboard, as you can see. And these keyboards are, it's not letting me show you the backlit, but they are backlit too. All right, now to the mouse pad or the trackpad. Now the previous gen, well, pretty much every notebook out besides the new Apple's MacBook Pro and MacBooks feature a button on the bottom of the mouse pad where you click at. And so now the mouse pad, you can, any other mouse pad, you can still double tap and do stuff like that with it, but you can't really click it. So you see here, I'll go ahead and show you what they did with the new MacBook Pro. Is the trackpad is pretty much the same size. So if you were to remove this button and cover it with the same type of material here, it's pretty much the same size. Well, maybe a little bit bigger. But anyway, the new MacBook Pro's touchpad is the entire thing is a button except for like up here. But everything is a button all the way till you almost get up here. So that makes more room to do your multi-touch gestures, your 4-finger swipes, 3-finger swipes, 2-finger swipes, and your rotating the pictures and zooming in and zooming out, stuff like that. It just gives you more surface area, and it does feel a little bit better. It's a glass trackpad. It's not really, window glass, but I don't know what type of glass it is, but it does feel a little bit more smoother. There's a lot less friction, but still just enough friction there to give you some type of resistance when you're trying to do different things on your computer. So that's a nice touch. And let's look at the latch. Now, the new MacBook Pro features a magnetic latch, where it's no more of the pushing in on the, let me see, yeah, pushing in on the button to open up your previous gen MacBook Pro. Now, the only thing you need to do is just lift your finger up, and I go ahead and show you. Just lift your finger up, and boom, it's open. Now, the new MacBook Pro's power button is not really anything fancy, but it's a little bit up towards the right now, so the previous gen's power button. And the speaker grills, now the previous gen speaker grills, you can see the holes are a lot more bigger, definitely a lot more room for stuff to get in there, and they take a lot more space as far as the overall design. That old speaker grill. Now the new speaker grill, you see, it's a lot more smaller, but the sound is a lot louder and deeper, and it's a little bit more crisp with these type of speakers. So you can do a little side-by-side comparison there. And let's see, what else? Okay, now with the old MacBook Pro, you had the FireWire, one USB port, Ethernet port, DVI, and the FireWire 400 and 800 ports on one side of the MacBook Pro, and then on the other side, you had the rest. You had the other USB port, power adapter, and the headphone jacks, and your express card slot. So the previous gen, you had both sides that you would have stuff hanging out of. Now with the new MacBook Pro, your super drive is now on the right side of it, and you just have your little Kensington security lock hole there. Now the previous gen, your super drive was here in the front. And on the other side of the MacBook Pro, where you find all of your ports now, you'll find the two USB ports, FireWire 800 port, Ethernet, express card slot, headphone jacks, and everything else is there. So it is a little bit more organized, having everything on one side, even though I'll still like to see at least one more USB port. Come on now. Now also on this side of the new MacBook Pro, you have the battery indicator, which is on the bottom side of the previous gen. So you can press this button there, and you can see how much battery you got left. So it's pretty nice, pretty good. You don't have to open up your laptop to see how much battery you have left. So I like that touch. And let's turn here. See the back of it. The back of it is the back of it. Let me close this. All right. Okay, now we're looking at the back of the new MacBook Pro. You see it has their little rubber holes here to keep it from sliding on your desk. And these don't protrude by that much. They're pretty much almost flush. Almost flush with the MacBook Pro, so it's a little bit more sleek. And you have this is the little flip here you use to get inside your MacBook Pro. And I'll make another video about showing you the guts of it, how to change out your hard drive, RAM, and your battery and stuff like that. But anyway, this is just an overall look at the overall design of it. So it's real nice and sleek. Alright. Now I would flip my previous gen MacBook Pro over, but I'm recording straight onto that. So I'm not going to do that now. But alright. Well, as you can see here, the side-by-side comparison of the previous gen MacBook Pro and the current new MacBook Pro, you definitely see some subtle differences. Well, not subtle. You can see some real big differences in it. I think Apple really knows how to separate or get somebody wanting the new products, because as soon as this new one came out, this other one started to look dated. Even though it still looked good and the day before it still looked nice, it still, I'll admit, it got in my head and it still started looking a little bit dated, and it does. It does look a little bit dated, but it is. This design is over 5 years old, so this new one with the black ring on the outside of the screen, kind of like the iMacs, definitely adds a nice little flair to it. So there you have it. It's been Soldier Knows Best. Just doing a little side-by-side comparison of the two MacBook Pros And tell me what you think about them. Tell me if you think you might be getting one in the future and whether or not you like the new design. And I'll catch you later. Peace.